60s and 70s? That's a good question. I tell you what, it wasn't nearly the life on college campus. It wasn't nearly as full and complete as it is for students today. But we had two things that really stood out. Okay, three things really. We used to go to Townsend Park, which is not too far from the campus. That was the black park. So there were white parks and black parks. And there was a swimming pool there, and we would go there. We would have swim parties there. That was one thing. The other thing is we would have dances on Friday night or Saturday night, and students formed their own band and all of that, and we just had a rocking good time. And then on Sunday nights, we had movies, okay, and they would range from romance movies to westerns to you name it. But those were the three constants in our student life. And of course, we had wonderful athletics, right? Basketball, football, track, and all of that. And the teams were good teams. They weren't good every year, but they were good, solid teams. And so we would do the football deal, the basketball gym would be packed and rocking. So, you know, we had a good student life. We didn't have the money to go off and buy dinner every night and all that kind of stuff, but we had a good life. Yeah, I like football. I never played. I was not large enough to play football, tall enough, but I love football. I love basketball. But you see, the rivalry was just so strong between Grambling State University and A&M, Jackson State. I mean, the SWAC conference, Southwestern Athletic Conference, was just awesome, right? You had Jackson State, you had Southern, Texas Southern, et cetera, et cetera. And so the games were, but I think probably one of the most exciting games I ever attended would have been an away game, and it was at Alcorn College in Lorman, Mississippi. Okay, and as I recall, our team beat Alcorn at home, and of course, everyone there was very angry and tense and so on and so forth. But that's one game that I remember quite vividly. And then the basketball game at home where we beat Southern, and I don't remember the year. It must have been '67 or so. We had an awesome basketball team, you know. And we had a player, his nickname was Monk, and he could run. That cat could run. He could really run. And
did he make it professional?
You know, he did not. He ended up being injured in a swimming accident. Yeah, he was swimming and on Lake Pine Bluff someplace, and ended up sustaining a traumatic spinal injury, unfortunately. So he did not play professional ball. But L.C. Greenwood, okay, the great Pittsburgh Steeler, was a classmate of mine. And so there were a number of players who ended up playing in the professional ranks. So some good teams, some good times, and